Traffic Manager functions at the DNS layer. We can surface any application that's a TCP-based service. You may be wondering, how does Traffic Manager compare to something like Azure Front Door? Just keep in mind that Traffic Manager is designed to work with any service. The Azure Front Door service today only targets HTTP and HTTPS workloads. To get started, I'm going to go ahead and deploy a sample application I have out on my GitHub profile. In this sample application, we'll create two app services or web apps that are going to be placed in two different Azure regions, West Europe, and the other will be placed in Central US. I'll place the GitHub sample application as well as the documentation to Traffic Manager in the description below. Let's click the Deploy to Azure button. This will bring me to the custom deployment experience. I'll select a resource group that I've pre-created for Traffic Manager. I'll leave the SKU name to S1, that is the type of app service plan that gets deployed. I'll specify an environment name. If you are part of Azure Commercial Cloud, go ahead and select Mac. If you are part of the Azure Government Cloud, go ahead and select Meg. In this case, I'll leave the SKU capacity to 1 because I just need one web app per region. Here we'll go ahead and select Purchase and begin the deployment. And here you can see 4 different resources have been created. One resource is the app service plan, and the other resource is the app service. If I select one of these app services, here we can select the URL, and here you can see that we have a customized page that says Central US App Service. If I go back and select my West Europe app service and browse out to the URL, the app service is in West Europe. So now that we have 2 different applications in 2 different regions, let's go ahead and create the Traffic Manager profile. Back in the Azure portal, let's go ahead and select Create a Resource and search for Traffic Manager Profile and select Create. And when we create the profile, the first question it's going to ask us for is a domain name. This domain name needs to be unique across all of Azure. So if I search for something like hello, here you can see that name is already in use. I'm going to go ahead and specify a domain name called MooCorp YouTube. Now, one thing that you'll notice is all of the domain names end in .trafficmanager.net. You cannot specify your own custom domain name when you do create this name. However, the way that Traffic Manager works is you will create your own CNAME record using your own DNS zone name. You will point to this Traffic Manager A record. So if I own, moocorp.jackstromberg.com, I would go ahead and point the CNAME value to moocorpyoutube.trafficmanager.net. That will give us the ability to brand the Traffic Manager profile. The next thing I'm going to be asked is the routing method. There are 6 different routing methods inside of Traffic Manager. The first option, performance, is when you have endpoints in different geographical locations and you want Traffic Manager to figure out what the closest endpoint is to your customer. So for example, if I'm in the United States, I would be directed to our Central US application. If I'm in, let's say, the UK, I would get redirected to our Europe location. Weighted, I can prefer one endpoint over the other one. This can be useful if I'm slowly rolling out changes to a particular endpoint and I want to have a mixture of 75% of traffic going to one endpoint and then maybe 25% to a next one. I can select priority, which will then prefer a set of endpoints. Geographic mode allows me to determine which DNS record or endpoint is presented based on the origin of where that query came from. This can help if you're trying to target customers in a particular geographic area. Or maybe I have data sovereignty scenarios and I need to localize that content to those set of servers. MultiValue. This is useful for scenarios where I want to return back multiple records at the same time. Subnet, in this particular case, we will serve a set of endpoints if the origin request is from a specific network range. We're going to go ahead and leave the routing method set to performance. I'll specify my resource group, then select Create to have the Traffic Manager profile provisioned. Now, inside of our Traffic Manager profile, to visualize how this works, we're going to focus on 2 different settings first. In configuration, here we can go ahead and specify the routing method. Traffic Manager relies upon DNS. Every DNS record has a TTL or time to live value. This is how often your workstation will try to request what values should be presented. That record will expire based on this defined time. In the next section of endpoint monitoring, monitor settings, this is going to be the context of the health probes that are sent to your application so that Traffic Manager understands if the endpoint is healthy. If my application is a web application, I strongly recommend setting the protocol to HTTP or HTTPS. If you have an application that's just a custom TCP service, maybe something like FTP or your own custom homegrown application, you can go ahead and specify the protocol. Here we can specify what port the health probe should be sent to. If I have a particular directory that I want to check exists, I can specify that path value here. There are two optional settings that we can also specify. So if I have multiple web applications and I'm using something like server name indicator so that I can differentiate those different applications hosted on the same machine, I need to ensure that I specify the header value here. In addition to setting the header value, I can also specify an expected range of responses back from the application. In this case, if I receive either of these responses from the endpoint behind Traffic Manager, I'm going to assume that the endpoint is healthy. In the next section around fast endpoint failover settings, this is how often we should send health probes to those backend instances. The second option around tolerated number of failures is how many times a failure needs to happen after those 30-second intervals. I would send 3 health probes over 30 seconds, and after that 90 seconds, then we would label the endpoint as degraded. Similarly, we can specify what the timeout value is before we assume that that endpoint is degraded. I'll leave the defaults for the failover settings and go ahead and save my changes. Next, let's move on to endpoints and define what Traffic Manager is serving. In endpoints, I'll go ahead and select add. And the first question, Traffic Manager is going to ask, what type of endpoint do you have? There are 3 different types of endpoints. If I select external endpoint, here I can specify an arbitrary public IP address or the fully qualified domain name to the resource. Nested endpoint, I can specify another Traffic Manager instance and actually chain Traffic Manager profiles together. An example of this scenario might be having a global Traffic Manager, and then I would have a nested Traffic Manager underneath it. This can give me more granularity, not only on a global level, but then down at a regional level. I'm going to go ahead and select an Azure endpoint since we've deployed app services. The target resource type as an app service since this is a web app. And then here I'll browse my target resource to the app service that I've deployed. We can specify a custom header if we need to differentiate the requests to the backend service. And then we can optionally add this as a disabled endpoint. If we add this as a disabled endpoint, that tells Traffic Manager, do not send any requests to this endpoint until I enable the endpoint for service. I'm going to go ahead and select add and leave this enabled. Let's go ahead and go back to the overview blade. We'll go ahead and copy our DNS name, and here we'll browse out to our service. The Central US App Service has been presented. This makes sense because I'm located within the United States. But let's see if we can validate that truly, if I'm in a European area, I would go to the West Europe data center. There's a free third-party tool online called Geographic. Let's go ahead and specify our Traffic Manager domain name, and let's see what the results are from different requested areas of the world. The request is originating in Virginia. I am going to be placed to the Central US App Service. However, here what's interesting is if I originate from Singapore, I'm going to be directed to the West Europe App Service. This definitely makes sense since that's the closest endpoint and the least amount of latency to that app. Now, using the same concept, let's go back to our Traffic Manager configuration and see what happens if we select the priority configuration. Back in the Azure portal, I'll select configuration. We'll change our routing method to priority. Here I'll go ahead and select save. We'll go back to our endpoints. Here you'll notice that each of the endpoints have been given a priority. Central US will be presented before West Europe. In the event that Central US becomes degraded, then West Europe will be presented. If we go back to Geographic and resend the requests, all the requests have been directed to Central US because we've given priority to that particular region. Let's disable the Central US region. I'll select my Central US endpoint. We'll mark the status as disabled and select save. We'll come back to Geographic. We'll go ahead and resend the requests. All the requests were sent to West Europe because the Central US endpoint was disabled. Let's go back into the Azure portal and let's go ahead and look at the MultiValue routing method. We cannot use fully qualified domain names, app services, or nested endpoints because I need to return back IP addresses as the value. I'll navigate to endpoints. I'll go ahead and remove both endpoints. Let's go ahead and add an endpoint. I'll select the type to external. Here, I'm going to go ahead and go back to my app service. I'll scroll down to properties, and here I'll grab the virtual IP address of my app service. So I'll leave the priority as 1, and we'll go ahead and select add, and we will repeat the same steps for our West Europe app service as well. With both endpoints added, let's go ahead and jump back to configuration. Here we'll set our routing method to MultiValue, and I'll set the record count to a value of 2. We'll return back 2 of 2 endpoints. Again, if I had 5 endpoints, then only 2 of those endpoints would be presented in the response. And I'll go ahead and select save. Now, since we want to see how many responses are back, instead of using the GeoPeeker site, I'm just going to do a quick NS lookup and we'll see the response back from Traffic Manager. Both records returned back to us instead of a single record. Now, going back to the Traffic Manager profile, I'm going to go ahead and delete this profile and let's run through the Geographic routing method. We'll go ahead and create a new Traffic Manager profile, specify the routing method Geographic. We'll select our resource group and select create. We'll go to our resource and we'll navigate to endpoints and we'll add in both of our app services. Now, since we're in the geographic routing mode, we can specify the regional grouping. In this particular case, I'm going to select North America. We'll specify United States and we'll leave the state/province empty because I want to target anyone in the United States. So let's go ahead and select add, and we'll repeat the same steps for our West Europe endpoint and refresh our endpoints just to make sure that they're both online and healthy. We'll go ahead and jump back to GeoPeeker, specify our MuCorp YouTube Traffic Manager address. What's interesting about the results is the countries listed as part of the Europe profile, the North America, United States regions are being rendered. All other regions are not being rendered because we don't have any geographically targeted endpoint for their area. Now, we can certainly specify an endpoint that can be our catch-all. So if we have a generic worldwide branded page, we could serve that endpoint, and then the user could then select what geographic region they should be redirected to. Or if you don't want to target those regions, you could create some sort of branded page that says, sorry, we're unavailable in your geographic region. In a future video, we can take a look at some of the other features like real user measurements or traffic view, but I hope that this can help describe how the Traffic Manager service works. If you have any questions or comments about the Traffic Manager service or ideas for a new upcoming video, please leave a comment below and we'd be happy to consider it. If you want to keep learning, check out the latest video on the top right. Or check out the other video that the YouTube machine learning overlords have selected for you. Thanks again for watching and letting me be a part of your Azure Academy experience. Hope to see you all in an upcoming video.